YouTube, and today you join me on a 2004 Aprilia RSV R Factory. So we have finally been blessed with some dry weather today, and my good friend Sanj has said, you know what, we should take the RSV out and review it. Now before we get under this way of the review, obviously I've got to give a big shout out to Sanj, aka MotoWiki and aka Wreck It, and we'll come back to that in a little while. So while we're stuck behind this lorry, always the way on a Sunday morning ride, we'll talk about the engine. 1000cc V-twin, 143 horsepower at the fly and 75 foot-pounds of torque. By today's standard, not a fast bike. I think, to be honest with you, most inline 750s would give it a good run for its money, but you don't get the character of a V-twin with that. Yeah, she's certainly no slouch. It's not as torque hungry as my first RSV. So for those that are familiar with the channel, I owned a 2002 RSV R many years ago, and the thing is, that bike had so much grunt low down, but it lacked up top, unfortunately for me. So I never really gelled with it. It wasn't a bad bike, it just wasn't something I enjoyed riding massively on the weekends. Whereas this, hopefully as you can see there, there's a good spread of power. It's actually a very flat delivery curve. I didn't feel any spikes, any unexpected increase in power. It was very linear all the way to the red line. So not as intimidating as you think it would be being a V-twin. So if you've seen my RCA-R review, that thing is just a banshee. It is an absolute animal. If I dare say it, too much bike for the road. Whereas this, you've got usable power, so we're at 3,000 RPM, we roll on. Just loads of grunt. Now for me, Aprilia gearboxes have always been pretty good. They're not as slick as, say, like my Gixxer, but what I will hand it to them is they do feel solid and robust. They're a little bit agricultural, but it goes up and down the box very nice. Dare I say it, better than the Ducatis that I've ridden of the age, but certainly not as good as the Japanese stuff. But a wonderful box to use today. It's quite happy to be rushed through the box. Clutchless upshifts are no problem either. Brakes and suspension. Well, I should probably backtrack to the models, because this being the RSV R Factory, now in the older shape, the first generation, the R was the creme de la creme. It's actually changed now that the Factory is the best one you can buy, which comes with the wonderful Olin suspension, Olin steering damper down there, and you get all the Brembo brakes with it as well. So it really is a tasty bit of kit. Now for the money, which we'll come to later in the video, I think you'd be hard pushed to find a bike that's oozing with this much character and special parts. So as we join a little bit of National, yep, she's certainly quick, there's no denying that. It's, as I said, the right balance really I find for the road. Now handling wise, it's a tall bike. It does feel tall when you get on it, but it does change direction really nicely. So moving on to the actual riding position and the comfort. Well, we've now moved on to some more flowing roads, some national limits. and it's a real pleasure to ride. It's easy to get carried away. The torque in the low down RPM really pushes you to power on, and it's a comfortable bike when you're on the move. Round town, I mean, I was just coming through a high street, and I've got to be honest, you can really feel it in the wrist. It's very tall. I feel my bum's right up in the air, but it does obviously improve the actual sport riding position of the bike. I mean, this on track would be an absolute blast. I think you'd have a lot of fun on a nice circuit. Not something with too long of straights, but something like Brands Hatch, it'd be brilliant. Reliability, well, Sanj hasn't owned it very long, and I've only owned the previous generation. I could only have a quick look online and see what the known issues were. So, from what I managed to find out, is the only real thing to look out for is the clocks. So they do have a pixel failure issue with them. Not horrific, but it's just something to bear in mind, that obviously you might not be able to read the speedo properly or the mileage. They can also reset the mileage if the negative is disconnected. There have been cases of that, and that actually happened with the earlier RSV as well. So do an MOT history check just to make sure that the mileage tallies up each year. In the UK, we can easily do that online. The beauty of it being an Aprilia and not a Ducati is it's a timing chain and not a belt. The Ducatis of this age, every 2 years, 15,000 miles. Let's be honest, a Ducati's never going to do 15,000 miles for most of the collectors. So you're going to be changing the belts every 2 years regardless of mileage. Whereas this, it has got the timing chain. You haven't got to worry about it. Just keep up with your servicing. And I believe it's got a minor service at about 6,000 and a major at 12 when, again, I was reviewing online. As I haven't owned the bike, it's difficult for me to give you accurate advice on that, because obviously, like I say, I haven't owned one for 2 years. But from what I can see, they seem as ultra reliable as the earlier versions. Now, something that I will go back to on reliability, especially with the 2001, 2002, 2003 RSV R, the one that I had previously, is they had big issues with the sprag clutch, which is the component that starts the bike. It's related to the starter motor, and they are known to fail, whereas they seem to have addressed it on this one, which is nice. So what does one of these cost? Well, they are, like all the old bikes at the moment, really appreciating, because they're obviously old school, they haven't got ABS, they haven't got traction control. They're what I would class as a rider's bike, something that actually requires you to be a bit careful to get the most out of them. So they're going to be starting for a rough normal RSV R model at around £4,000 upwards. Obviously mileage and condition, you could be looking to pay 6. And then you've got the RSV R Factory with all the trick Olin suspension, and that you're going to be looking at £6,000 to £10,000. There are a few special race replicas that were built by Aprilia that, again, £10,000 upwards that you could be paying for. But for me, I think you could go out, again, enjoy it, put some miles on it, trouble free, and it will just keep going up and up in value. The perfect way to justify a weekend toy. So fuel consumption, I think if you're buying one of these as a weekend toy or any 1000cc, you don't generally get too caught up on those sort of things. But Sandra's reported it does 30-40 miles to the gallon. We've been out to the Cotswolds in it, and as I said, you can get in it, fill it up, cover some real ground, no real reliability issue. So I'm sure you'll have plenty of fun if you are in the market for one. I must say that I did enjoy my RSV R. There were aspects of it that I really loved, really riding the torque. It wasn't, as I say, the fastest thing, top speed, and I've sort of approached this one today expecting it to be very similar, and I'm going to be honest, I am actually really enjoying riding this today. The riding position, as we mentioned earlier, is a little bit, I'd say, on my arms, I'm feeling it, and my wrists, but when you're flowing on some nice twisty roads, that all just sips to the back of your mind. So the the question, as always, would James buy one of these? Well, do you know what? I think I would. I'm not saying I'm going to go out and buy one. There are other bikes I want higher up the list, but if I was donated one, I'd certainly be a very happy boy and keep it. I think the soundtrack with the cans that Sandra's got on this really opens it up. I keep trying to twist his arm to get a set of Akrapovics for it because it just looks so much more in time with the age of the bike. But like all things, it's not really going to aid any performance difference. It will just be that sort of authentic look that they came with the Akrapovic. As always guys, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure you smash that like and subscribe button. Keep us bringing more stuff to the channel. Thanks for watching.